Hey, welcome back to the Glycogen Cycling channel. So today I want to go over what exactly happened at the end of this race that left Corey Williams, Travis McCabe, and other top competitors on the ground at the end of the 2021 USA Pro Crit. So before I get into all the footage and screenshots that I could find, I want to show you the actual course map so you have a good understanding of where everything is happening at. So I'm going to show you videos of the riders going down Women's Basketball Hall of Fame Drive, which is probably the longest road name in the world. Imagine if you said you lived at 123 Women's Basketball Hall of Fame Drive. Like, that is definitely an address you're going to be using both address fields on forms that you have to fill out. But anyways, so they go down that road and turn left onto Church Avenue, and then make a right hand onto State Street, and then where the crash happened on Clinch Avenue after that left-hand turn. So really what we're going to be mainly focusing on is the turn onto State Street and the turn onto Clinch Avenue. Before we break down that last clip, I have one more full clip I want to show you from Brendan Rim. And he was a little far back, so it's kind of hard to see, but he actually had some bobbing and weaving to do to get around all this traffic and carnage going on. And he actually finished 13th on the day, so congrats to Brendan on that pretty great finish. So as we're making the turn onto State Street, we have 4 riders that are leading the field. There's 2 Elevate riders and there's 2 Wildlife Pro Cycling riders. The 2 Elevate riders are Sam Bassetti and Eric Young, and I believe the 2 Wildlife Generation Pro Cycling riders are Alex, I'm going to butcher this, Hone and Noah Granigan. Those are the 2 Wildlife that finished in the top, 10th and 12th respectively, and Sam Bassetti and Eric Young finished 2nd and 3rd. So those are the 2 riders that are leading this whole thing out. And if we roll forward here, you can see in just a second here that we have Corey Williams right there with the arrow, making it up right behind those 4 riders. And then I believe we have Travis McCabe down in that green jersey on the bottom half of the screen. But if we roll forward even further, you can see what looks like an Evolo rider trying to make it out on the outside of this next turn. You can see him, and I'm going to play this clip a couple times. You can see him moving towards the right-hand side of the road, and that is going to be on the outside of Corey Williams. So this next clip is so hard to see because they're coming around this turn so fast, but this is onto Clinch Avenue, which is the second left-hand turn. And we can definitely see the distinctive colors of Evolo with the yellow jersey. And definitely Corey Williams. You can kind of tell by the orange, and they're coming around this turn so fast, the camera can barely pick them up. But this hypothesis is definitely confirmed by this clip here. So you can see that yellow rider just on the outside of Corey Williams. And if we roll this clip forward, you can see after this crash happens and this person turns the camera, you have that Evolo rider kind of skidding out and Corey Williams is on the ground. So something happened there that we don't know. Whether there was some bumping and grinding, because at this point they're all the way through that turn. There shouldn't have been a crash. So potentially something with that curb happened that knocked Corey Williams off the bike, or he was trying to knock the Evolo rider for taking the outside on him. It's kind of hard to tell. And if we look at the actual race footage again at 25% speed, this whole area is like Chris Tolley said, a complete black hole. We don't know what happened. The camera, something happened on that left-hand side of the road where that camera is not picking up. And that person on the side of the road couldn't pick it up either. So who's in the wrong here? I don't know. It's really hard to tell. There should have been enough space. If you look at the corner from the bystanders video, it really looks like they made it around this turn too wide and something happened against that curb. Now, if we stop the frame here, you definitely can see that this is a tight corner. There's that one rider that took it a little wide and is really leaning into it. So to have two guys at that same position may be difficult, but the point is the time they made it, another 25 meters up the road, they should have been clear at that point. So I just finished filming all of this or putting this whole video together, and I decided to take one closer look at Brendan Rim's video to see if we could see anything if we zoomed in a bit. So I'm going to play this back and do some freeze frame so we can take a closer look at what the heck happened here. So if we stop right here, this is the first frame we can see anything happen here. And if we zoom in here and we look very closely, we can see that Corey Williams is at this point off balance, to say the least. He's basically at a 45-degree angle to the ground right now. So at this point, he's going down. And the only thing we can determine from the other footage is that something between him and that Avolo rider happened. Whether they hooked handlebars or Corey went a little bit too wide and kind of pushed the Avolo rider into the ground, and he needed to avoid that sign that was on the side of the road. And so he had to hold his ground. Whatever happened, there was an issue between the two, and unfortunately, Corey Williams lost. So I will leave it up to you. What do you think happened here? Let me know in the comments down below, and let's get a discussion going on what exactly happened and why everyone went down at this point. The last comment I'll make is I'm not a huge fan of the comments from mostly Justin Williams on this crash, basically blaming others. This is bike racing. These things happen. Crashes happen. And when you're racing full gas the last lap, you're not thinking 100% clearly. You're just trying to get to the front of the race as fast and quick as possible and better position with stronger teammates to lead the race out how we normally do. So, that's all I'll say about that. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think and what exactly happened here. And also, if you have any other footage that is more clear, I'd love to hear about it or see where I can get a hold of that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And I will see you in the next video.